Welcome to the Explainer. Today we've got a really fascinating moral tale for you, one that comes straight from India. It's about this roadside kitchen, a dhaba, that got incredibly successful. But that success came with a pretty terrifying secret. And yeah, a haunting. So this all centers around a man named Mohanlal. And his story, wow, it's a journey from this beloved local chef to a guy who's literally haunted by his own bad choices. It's a powerful lesson, for sure, about success, greed, and that long, hard road to redemption.
Okay, so let's set the scene. Our story kicks off in this bustling village called Mirzapur, and at the heart of it all is this hardworking chef and his humble but insanely popular little food stall. For everyone there, this wasn't just a place to eat, it was like the beating heart of the community.
Mohanlal's dhaba was the talk of the entire region. I mean, you could smell the spices and the fresh ghee from all over the village. It would just pull people in from miles and miles away, all wanting to taste his famous dishes, especially this one called dal bati.
And here's the thing, customers were never disappointed. His reputation? It was built completely on word of mouth. People would travel for ages, like this one guy who came 50 kilometers, that's over 30 miles, just for one meal. And of course, he swore he'd be back again and again. But as his fame and his bank account started to grow, something inside Mohanlal began to, well, curdle. Success, as it turns out, can have a really dark side.
And wow, the change was just night and day. The guy who used to be so cheerful and humble, greeting every single person with a big smile, he became arrogant, dismissive, just completely consumed by this newfound pride and, honestly, greed.
You could see his new cruelty in action, clear as day. Take this one time. A poor customer, who could barely even afford to eat there, accidentally broke a glass. Instead of showing any kind of compassion, Mohanlal just humiliated him in front of everyone, forcing him to pay for it. And then came the moment that would change everything. It was one evening, he was closing up shop, and this frail, starving beggar showed up at his dhaba, just pleading for a little bit of food.
Mohanlal's response? It was just ice cold. He screamed at the old man, just heartlessly turned him away without even a second thought.
The old man, just so weak from hunger, he collapsed, and to their horror, it looked like he died right there on the spot. Now Mohanlal, panicking that this would ruin his business, made a really chilling choice. He ordered his cook, a guy named Bola, to help him dump the body into a nearby well, hiding his terrible secret under the cover of darkness.
So, he thought he'd gotten away with it. But the very next day, his sin came back to haunt him. And I mean that literally. All of a sudden, strange and terrible things started happening at the dhaba.
You know his world-famous food? It suddenly became completely inedible the second it was served. Food that was perfectly fine in the kitchen would somehow become horribly salty or totally bland by the time it reached the customer's plate. His amazing reputation? Completely destroyed in just one afternoon.
Later that night, Mohanlal's sitting all alone in the now silent dhaba, and he gets confronted by this horrifying apparition. A dark figure with these glowing red eyes just emerges from the shadows, and the whole room fills with this terrifying, chilling laugh.
And this was no random spirit. The ghost tells him exactly who it is. It's the beggar he let starve, now back for revenge. The shock was so immense, Mohanlal just fainted right there on the spot.
Well, you can imagine. News of the haunting spread like wildfire. The villagers started talking about these terrifying screams and strange noises they were hearing from the dhaba every night. Mohanlal was terrified, and he knew he couldn't face this alone. So he finally breaks down and confesses everything to his cook, Bola. Bola, totally panicked, suggests they go see this wise, holy man, a Baba, who lived on the edge of the village. This Baba had a reputation for dealing with, well, restless spirits. So the Baba listens to their whole crazy story and lays out a plan. It's dangerous, he says, but it's necessary. They're going to go back to the dhaba at midnight, perform a fire ceremony, and summon the ghost to confront it face to face. And he gives them one very strict rule. Do not move no matter what happens. So, during this incredibly intense ritual, the ghost appears, and its voice is just filled with rage. It makes its demand crystal clear. It wants to drag both Mohanlal and Bola into the exact same well where its body was thrown. Right when all hope seemed lost, the Baba starts pleading with the spirit, begging it to show some mercy and give these men a chance to atone for what they did. And after this super tense silence, the ghost offers them one single path to redemption. And get this, the ghost's condition wasn't about money or even getting revenge. It was about a fundamental change of heart. Mohanlal had to promise, from that day on, to feed anyone who was hungry, whether they could pay or not,
and to treat every single person with dignity and respect. Mohanlal, just completely overwhelmed with relief and guilt, immediately agreed. I mean, this terrifying encounter had shaken him to his absolute core, and from that day forward, he was a completely changed man.
And you know what? He kept his promise. His dhaba became a place where the poor and the hungry were always welcome. They'd get a hot meal for free and be treated with real dignity. The villagers, they were just overjoyed to have their kind old Mohanlal back.
So it's a really powerful story, right? Redemption brought on by a supernatural encounter. But the story doesn't actually end there. There's a final twist that makes you question everything. The big question is, was the haunting even real? Believe it or not, the whole thing was an elaborate act. The beggar never actually died. He had just fainted from hunger. After getting tossed in the well, he used his climbing skills to get out. He then disguised himself as that wise Baba, staging the entire haunting just to force Mohanlal to confront his own cruelty. How incredible is that? And so this tale leaves us with a lesson you won't forget. It wasn't a real ghost that changed Mohanlal. It was a clever, human plan designed to teach him a vital lesson. It's a great reminder that, at the end of the day, humanity is the most important thing, and that pride, if you let it run wild, will always, always lead to a fall.
माँ कुछ पल चुप रही, फिर बोली,
ठीक है, लेकिन एक शर्त पर।
क्या शर्त है?
अगर ये वादा करें कि अब से ये हर गरीब को खाना खिलाएंगे, चाहे उसके पास पैसे हों या नहीं।
यह सुनते ही मोहनलाल तुरंत हाथ जोड़कर बोला,
मैं वादा करता हूँ, आज से मैं हर गरीब को मुफ्त में खाना खिलाऊंगा और सबकी इज्जत करूंगा।
हाँ, हम दोनों मिलकर सबकी मदद करेंगे।
ठीक है, मैं तुम्हें छोड़ देता हूँ।
इतना कहकर वह परछाई धीरे धीरे गायब हो गई। मोहनलाल ने राहत की सांस ली। अगले दिन से मोहनलाल पूरी तरह बदल चुका था। अब उसके ढाबे पर जो भी गरीब आता, वह उसे मुफ्त में खाना खिलाता और सम्मान के साथ बिठाता। गांव वाले भी यह बदलाव देखकर खुश थे, लेकिन असली सच कुछ और ही था। ढाबे से थोड़ी दूर एक पेड़ के पीछे वही भिखारी और बाबा खड़े थे और सब कुछ देख रहे थे। बाबा मुस्कुराते हुए बोले,
लगता है हमारा प्लान काम कर गया। हाँ बाबा, अब मोहनलाल सच में अच्छा इंसान बन गया है। लेकिन एक बात बताओ, तुम उस कुएं से बाहर कैसे निकले? अरे बाबा, मैं तो बचपन से ही कुएं में खेलता आया हूँ। रस्सी के सहारे आसानी से बाहर आ गया।
दोनों जोर से हंस पड़े। इस तरह बिना किसी असली भूत के एक इंसान को उसकी गलती का एहसास दिलाया गया और मोहनलाल ने सीख लिया, इंसानियत सबसे बड़ी चीज होती है। घमंड का अंत हमेशा बुरा होता है और कहानी का अंत यही होता है।